A lot of you people have been asking me about AI and what does it mean to be an AI engineer or a software engineer in a time when AI is so prevalent and everybody uses it. Okay, a lot of my software, first of all, a lot of this code you can see that I make AI write it, but that does not mean that I do not understand it. I understand this code and I understand what it does. I understand exactly what it's doing. And that only happens when you understand what the actual software is. It's not the lines of code here, but it's the understanding on what the tools you're using here. And what does it mean to use something like React or to use something like Motion React or using something like this libraries, right? To understand this stuff, you need to understand what the tools good becomes better and bad becomes worse. It's a filter basically. If you use AI and you are good enough to be better than it, then you become more better. And if you're worse than AI right now, then you're gonna become worse. How do you actually mitigate that? How do you actually find purpose in life when all the job you can do is can be done by a dishwasher or a toaster? So this is a very common example that you'll see. You start at the bottom here, at the line of mediocrity. Every junior engineer and every intern lives here, and you end up at the line of excelling, where most of the people like Ryan Caniaro, Dax, Prime Vision, Theo, all these people live, Nexel, and I wanted to talk about it a bit. You cannot start from here with AI. You cannot start from here. You have to start all the way from here to here, and if you are good enough, that's when you're gonna be able to pass here, and maybe even get faster to reach here, maybe even slower to get reaching here. But there will be a time when you have to excel in what you do, and what path you take is mostly determined on a few things: your ability to tinker, right? Your ability to tinker with a lot of other technologies, what you use, and how could it uh, help you in your stack. That is a really big thing that will help you a lot in your career. Another ability that I think is to make friends. Make friends like people who are understanding and who are in this space for a long time and who has amazing ideas that you could use. Maybe see that, hey, your ability to make friends really matter a lot. You could go to X or LinkedIn and find people who are actually good. Look at my algorithm. A lot of my algorithm, you can see that people are doing some amazing stuff. Some are doing effects, some are doing design work, and some are doing a lot of other stuff. What the hell, Dax? Okay, anyways, a lot of other stuff. And you can see that when you interact with these people and you understand their technology, where they are coming from, and you understand what they're doing, it makes a lot of sense. And they also feel a little bit smarter as well talking with you. Because, see, every engineer, the ones who are like bad or good, wants to tell what engineering they have done. They don't get much chances to talk about it. So that's why they're gonna say it, you know they're just gonna say it, and they're gonna help people who are gonna listen to them. So listen to them and make their friends. Now, about the ideas. This ideas thing is a little bit more hard to do. Like, what to make in an era when you can make anything. To get good ideas, what you need to do is to build stuff that you will use. So my MKBHD has said it the best, to build something that only you want to use, and you want to use it like this. That's what you want to build. So for example, I know that the web workers api the web workers api is a little bit finicky. Not a lot of browsers support them, and you need to understand what does that browser api do. Or for example, IndexedDB. And I understand that, hey, if I build something with effects, if I build a library with effects where people could use this to interact with the web workers api in their browser, and if the browser supports it and all the error handling and everything, maybe this could be a good idea, or maybe this could be a good technology that people would use in their projects. And I know this will be a big one. So ideas like this only come when you understand the problems in the technology, and when you tinker with other people and when you talk with other people is when you understand the problems in technology. And if you could solve these problems, I guarantee you that crossing this line is not that hard. The people who are making the frameworks that you're using all the time did the same way. People like Golemo Roach started with Socket.io, before which he was a PHP developer. I wanted you to understand that even the CEOs of multi billion dollar companies started as a tinkerer. As they got good in design, as they got good in development, they understood the problems and they decided to take it in their own actions to do something about it. And they just happened so to make millions of dollars based on the problems they saw and they fixed. And I wanted you to do the same. The only way you could be a CEO or be somebody who is valuable in a company is to tinker and understand how not to be a good engineer but have to be a bad engineer and still succeed. How could you make a technology so stupidly easy to use that anybody who even is a newcomer to the technology could use it and succeed? And if you could do that, maybe you would have a good future and good career. So that's why I wanted to talk about a bit more. Follow good people and interact with good people. This would teach you more and help you more in getting a job. Other than this, I would just say just follow your passion and do something that not other people have done. Look at this. Now I could build this the same way because I know exactly how I built this. He built this using the Maxim Heckles shader. And I know this because I have interacted with both him and Maxim. So that's why I wanted you to try it as well. I wanted you to uh, interact with as many people as you can and do as much as you can. So yeah, that's my advice and that's it.